Naga Munchetty was missing from her usual spot on Thursday's BBC Breakfast as Nina Warhurst stepped in to host alongside Charlie State. Naga Munchetty presents BBC Breakfast with Charlie State on Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays. However, she was missing from her first slot of the week. After sharing a farewell message to Louise Minchin on Wednesday, Naga was absent from Thursday's show, with Charlie being joined by reporter Nina Warhurst. After announcing her departure earlier in the year, Louise hosted her final BBC Breakfast on Wednesday. She was surprised with a video showcasing the highlights of her career and messages from those she'd worked with. Naga was one of those who wished Louise luck but was missing the next day. One viewer speculated her absence was due to a shake-up with the rota of presenters. Commenting on the presenter shake-up, @LR Brown tweeted, "Has Naga been promoted to Monday to Wednesday next week on BBC Breakfast? She isn't on this morning." Meanwhile, other viewers were quick to praise Nina for stepping in. At BBC Breakfast, nice to see Nina Warhurst on the sofa with Charlie, they work well together, @FN1L3 added. Lovely to see Nina on the sofa. Hope she is going to be Dan's new oppo, @5 Tumblebum said. At BBC Breakfast, Nina Warhurst is a natural, John Chalton said. On Thursday's show, Nina spoke to Shadow Secretary of State for Child Poverty Wes Streeting. She began, "Let's talk about the cabinet reshuffle, a more unified cabinet, a more diverse cabinet, one that's going to pivot towards domestic policy. What do you think of that?" "I'm surprised," he answered. "Some people have described this reshuffle as swift and brutal. I think the question parents will be asking this morning, who have had to suffer more than a year of Gavin Williamson's incompetence, is what took you so long," the Shadow Child Poverty Secretary said. "We've been saying for months the disastrous handling of the pandemic by Gavin Williamson has made the experience of children during this pandemic far worse and the consequences for their learning long-term more severe. Then you take Dominic Raab, who stayed on holiday while British troops were trying to mount an evacuation from Afghanistan. Not sacked as he should have been, but moved to the Ministry of Justice and given a new title. Ultimately this raises questions about Boris Johnson's own judgment and his priorities," he said. As well as failing to tackle incompetence in his cabinet as he should have done, we actually have a government that doesn't have the same priorities as the country, as the people. In fact, these ministers who are getting payouts of £17,000 are the same ministers who voted to clobber Britain's hard-working poor.